Earlier, I discussed Biden's remarks on Gaza with Ivan Elend. He's a senior fellow and director of the Center on Peace and Liberty.
I think more recently he's been haranguing the Israelis in private to get more aid in there and to, lighten up their tactics a little bit and perhaps not to invade southern Gaza. But now, tonight, I think it's bubbling to the surface in public, and he wanted to be stronger because he has a political problem, as your correspondent mentioned there, that he's getting pro-Palestinian demonstrations, and Palestinians and Arabs and Muslims make up a significant voting bloc in a key state that he needs to win the national election, because it goes state by state here, and that's Michigan.
So, Ivan, you're indicating that this change in tone is related to the upcoming presidential elections?
I think everything in the United States this year has roots in the presidential elections. I'm not saying he's doing it cynically, but I think he's got to be. He was fairly direct that too many civilians have been killed, and that that's basically saying Israel is committing. Well, I don't want to call it war crimes, but he came pretty close to saying that. I mean, he says, this has got to stop. He's been saying this privately, that you've got to use more restrained tactics. And I think that's actually smart for Israel as well, because it doesn't pay to kill civilians, because you're going to have generations of people in Gaza and in West Bank and, across the Middle East that are going to hate Israel for what's happened here.
And we also saw the U.S. president acknowledge that many more civilians have been killed in Gaza. And I believe this is perhaps the first time the U.S. president is sympathizing in such a way with the Palestinians living in Gaza. So what do you think what kind of message do you think this sends to Benjamin Netanyahu?
Well, it sends a message, but I think the United States has to start putting teeth into it. I think it needs to start not only vetoing UN resolutions to help Israel, but creating or proposing, UN resolutions that condemn Israel for doing some of this stuff. And also, it needs to put conditions on the aid that it shouldn't be used in urban areas, or maybe even if he really wanted to do something, he would cut back on some of the aid that we're giving Israel.